Hello, everyone. This is Luke. I'm a founder at Friday, and we're helping improve workplace communication by making it a regular habit. And today I'd like to break down a template that we offer and to just give you a better understanding of a quick and easy way that you can share information inside a team or across a company. And it's called Plans, Progress, Problems. So let's just dive right in and quickly go over things. So the quick overview is that it's 3 prompts to understand what's going on. 3 quick questions, that's all you need. It's done on a regular basis, and it is probably, from what I've seen, one of the simplest and most lightweight way to do regular updates. Sometimes there's kind of this pain or this problem where, if you do any type of status updates, it can be time consuming, it can be boring, it can really feel like a lot of work. So this format kind of really separates the signal from the noise and helps you quickly understand what's going on. So what questions do I ask in the Plans, Progress, Problems template? Well, first, you need to figure out what someone's future priorities are, right? So you need to get a sense of where they're moving and kind of areas that they're thinking about and places where they are focusing their time and their attention, or where they will be. Second is progress. So what exactly are you working on right at this exact moment? This gives you a good sense of the work that people are actually doing at a given moment in time. And then the third question is based around where you might be stuck, right? So it's trying to understand the impediments to progress. So why should you use this format? This is a really good question. And what I love about this format is that it kind of has these 3 different buckets that really help you understand kind of the gravity or the momentum in which someone's moving at. So the plans captures the future state or what the future state might look like. Progress captures the existing state or what is being worked on at this exact moment. And then problems are barriers to forward motion, right? So think of it almost like water flowing in a river, right? You need to know the existing state. You kind of need to have an understanding of what the future state will be or where the water eventually will end up. And you also need to understand what barriers exist to the water flowing. The water in this example is the work being done. So when should you ask these questions? I would strongly encourage you to ask these questions on a weekly basis. Some people might do it every couple weeks, others might do it once a month, but if you really want kind of a tactical view into what's going on, I would strongly recommend doing this on a weekly basis. The reason why I personally like doing things on a weekly basis is because it instills this habit, whereas if it was done on a bi-weekly or a monthly basis, it kind of feels bolted on. It doesn't really become enough of a habit. Weekly, I think, is just enough. So who actually should use the Plans, Progress, and Problems template? Well, there's a few different ways you can use it, but it boils down to just ensuring that the information flows the way it needs to. So you could do this between team members, right? So some people do something like a daily stand-up. The Plans, Progress, Problems template might be a really good place in between team members, right? Because in collaborative environments, oftentimes people are working on similar things. So like a sports team where you need to understand what each player is doing on the field, you kind of need that in a highly collaborative team as well. The next way you could use this is between an employee and a team leader, right? Kind of this upward reporting versus side-to-side reporting. The same could also apply for a founder or CEO to the investors or the board, right? So that's another example of upward updating. But you might, this is something you could use from top down, right? So, but typically a status update, isn't as valuable from a top down perspective, right? It may not make sense for a CEO to report on this to the team. There are other mechanisms that I will share in future videos that will give you a better understanding of those top down. So yeah, at this point, I'd like to show you exactly how this works and how you can set this up using Friday. We can make this process easy and effortless for you and your team. So instead of manually asking people for updates, putting it in a Google Doc and trying to remember to share it to the right people, if you use Friday, we'll do this all automatically for you, and especially in popular tools that you may already use like Slack or Microsoft Teams. So I want to quickly show you what this looks like. So as you can see, we have a name, we have an icon, and we have a purpose, right? Plans, progress, problems. Now we define a schedule. So in this specific example, we run this on a Friday morning at 9 a.m. We think this is a really easy way to do things on a weekly basis, right? And then we have 3 questions. What did you accomplish this week? What are your priorities for next week? And any roadblocks or barriers to progress? And you can see here, you can add additional power-ups, like you could say thank you to coworkers or offer suggestions for improvement, but we'll leave that checked off. Then you can determine who should actually fill this out. So in this example, we have engineering, and the people that can see this is engineering. Then we have the channel. So we're going to run this. Let's run this over Slack, and we will send notifications when people fill it out in the general channel so that everyone has the visibility that they need. And we will send a reminder 2 days later if someone does not fill out the update. So just to recap, we ask a few quick questions. It happens all in Slack. And if people fill it out, it pushes it into a channel in Slack as well. So that's how the template works, and that's how easy it is to get set up and running.